Warriors.
When I rock your mind, no.
That's right. Warriors for the Most High. Yeah, how we shine. That's right. This is how we do it in Israel.
Something you can relate to, cause the Bible only speaks about you, the children of Israel.
We were scattered abroad, don't even know who we are.
No we don't, no we don't. We're the true Jews that the Bible speaks of. Oh yes.
Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, oh Zebulun, Ephraim and oh Gad and Reuben, Asher, Naphtali, Issachar.
Shalom, Yahweh.
Shalom, Akim. We want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai. And this is the house of David. Again, we want to bring out the conference summit that we're having September the 13th. All right, Saturday, September the 13th. This conference, we're going to bring out what's it concerning and why it's important that we have a conference such as this. The Most High teaches us that it's high time for us to wake up out of sleep. And also in these last days, the Most High teaches us that we must gather together before the decree bring forth, before the destruction of America. So this conference is going to be in that theme. And also we want to bring about other camps and congregations to fellowship and to talk about how we can proceed in the spirit of the Most High and Yahushua, and coming together more on one accord on brotherhood, respecting one another, our conduct, how we act, how we can be more professional when we're teaching the Most High's word, and things of that nature. So it's very important that we come together. There are a lot of camps and congregations out there all across America. All right, and we have some in South America now, in Europe, in the Caribbean, all over the place. But there is no governing structure. There's no structure. We must bring it more into order according to what the Most High teaches us in the Scriptures. We must get together in order, and so that's very important. And we must be able to communicate with one another, even though we have the disagreements. All right, even though we have differences in Scriptures, but we must be more apt to communicate and come together and network as far as being brotherly with one another, all right, and helping one another, economically helping one another, all right, and being more communication-wise helping one another, all right. So when brothers are down and out and in need, we as a body, all right, not just the house of David, but all the camps and congregations as a body should help whoever is in need, because the Most High teaches us that's what we must do. All right. So we have the other brothers here, Bunyamin and Ash, and they're going to give you some more input on this summit and conference and what's it all about. Ben?
Right. I'd like to say shalom to everybody. It's a pleasure to invite all fellow Israelites. One of the main themes that we want to impress upon our people in this conference is, first of all, the majority of us understand, believes, understand that America will be destroyed. Yahushua will make his second return, and the kingdom is at hand for Israel. That's, I think, is one of the three basic fundamental understanding that we have as Israelites. And I just want to stress the fact in this conference that as a nation, we may not agree so much on our scriptural scriptures or doctrines, but one of the basic things we should understand or know is economics, networking, and correspondence amongst us. All ethnic groups in this country, in New York, whether they're Africans, Koreans, Chinese, Japanese, East Indians, might not agree on their fundamental doctrine, but they all work together economically to sustain and build their nation. We're the only group in America that do not apply those methods. And we have to come to that level. In this phase of this truth, in the short term that we have left before America is destroyed, we have to do these things. Because martial law and all hell is going to break loose in America. And we should be able to correspond and network and have some form of bartering system where we can exchange ideas, talents, and resources amongst us. And that's going to be the basis of this conference in September. So I'd like to say shalom to all the brothers, and may the Most High bless and continue to give us that guidance and that well-needed instruction that's going to be valuable to the nation. That's a shalom.
Okay, Ash.
All right, shalom, brothers and sisters. My name is Brother Ash. Matthews 18 and 15 would be in effect. All that would have to be dealt with before this conference. Matthews 18 and verse 15. And basically, we communicate with a lot of schools, but we haven't sit together in one room yet for discussion in building the nation. We in Jacob's trouble now. And in the near future, it's going to get very hectic. Okay, spiritually, mentally, physically, we're going to need one another.
Financially, economically.
Right. We're going to need one another in these last days in Jacob's trouble. So this is one aspect of, bringing this conference together. Not saying from this one conference that all the solutions and the problems is going to be answered. It's a step forward. There's going to be many conferences. There's going to be many phone conferences and many face-to-face. Okay, if we as Hebrews, if we as brothers, we as men, we as servants of the Most High, if we can come together in one room and try to iron out situations and make progress, that's one step. That's one step forward. Okay, because we're one nation. There are many camps, communities, and different schools out there. But it's one nation. The Most High is dealing with one nation. Every camp have knowledge or have moralistic and wisdom that the Most High gave them, but it's still one nation.
Right, one body.
Right, one body. We're not in different cliques, and we're not gangs. We're not in this gang mentality. And one reason is if a brother come to another brother's city, and the camp is down the street, you got a camp here, you're dressed in the same garments. A brother come up, hey, give me a cup of water. Brothers, who you with? Where you from? But you all got on the same garments, got the same scriptures, calling the Most High Yahweh. That's one aspect that's going to be brought forward in the conference, to try to deal as a family, deal as a community, deal in respect and have morals and respect for one another as Hebrew Israelites. And with that, I'll pass it back.
So, again, we want to bring out some of the agenda. We're not going to bring out everything, but we're going to give you brothers some of what's going to be brought forth at the conference. One scripture here says, John 13:34, it says, "A new commandment I give you unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye love one another." So that's one of the themes of the conference also, that we want to bring out that even though there are differences amongst the different camps and congregations all across America, that we should still show love to one another. We should respect one another. We should honor one another. We should be brotherly towards one another. We have to stop all this competitive spirit that's out here, that's brewing amongst the different camps and congregations. It's really getting out of order here. And like the brother just said, Esau is looking to bring martial law. They're shooting our people in the streets. All right? And we, as prophets and teachers and priests of the Most High, should be more together to help our people and bring our people the understanding and knowledge why these things are happening to them. But we're not doing it. So the reason why our people don't recognize us as disciples or prophets or priests of the Most High, because we don't love one another. It's one thing, it's another spiritual level that the Most High wants to come on. We know the Bible, we know the truth, we know breakdowns, we know history, but there's one thing we haven't done: we haven't come together on one accord, or we don't love one another. And that's what's missing. There's no brotherhood, and that's the next spiritual level. Brothers think brotherhood is just going to come out of nowhere. No, you have to apply it like Yahushua teaches us out of the Bible. You have to apply that. So this is going to be some of the theme that we're going to bring forward. In every camp, we're asking for all the camps in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua to come to the conference. We're asking just for the elders and the leaders. We're not asking for the whole camp or the whole congregation. Just the elders and leaders of that particular camp. All right? And we ask you to come, and every camp is going to get a chance to speak. All right? The representative of each camp is going to get a chance to speak. Now, we're not going over scriptures. We're not going over your doctrine. We're not debating. There's not going to be a debate there. All right? We're setting forward the theme now. The theme is going to be, can we agree on brotherhood? Can we agree that, say it, Ben.
The word networking, correspondence, economically,
right,
and set up where we could sustain ourselves for the short term that we hear in Babylon. What can we do collectively as a body of men that have talents, ideas? What can we do to pool our resources together to build in this short term before America goes down?
Exactly. So that's going to be the theme. So we want brothers in all the camps to come with a proposal how we can proceed on that level. All right? On that level. The theme of brotherhood, coming together, and come together on one accord. We know we're not on one accord with scriptures, a lot of us, but we can come together on one accord in brotherhood and being brotherly towards one another. We can do that. That we can do. And that's what Yahushua teaches us out of the scriptures. Okay? We haven't done that yet. Yeah, there are a lot of camps, but we haven't came together on that level yet. So this is what we are proposing, and this is the theme of the conference. Okay? Go ahead, Ash. Anything else?
No, it's just an opportunity for the Israelites, different brothers, to incorporate their talents, their skills. All this knowledge we got, man, I mean, it should be something set up as a unit, as a nation, in case our people, our brothers, sisters, and our children need help. It should be something incorporated, something set up, especially for our children as well. Okay, because like I said before, we're in the time of Jacob's trouble, and it's going to escalate. That we, the Most High, are going to use us. We have to deal with our people, man. We have to set up our government. Because the time of Jacob's trouble, the Antichrist, and the tribulation period, okay, it's going to get very serious. And we have to come together in respect and morals and have love and unify with one another. Okay, that's basically what I have to say.
Okay. And then this one scripture here. Okay. Yeah, I'm bring that up. One scripture here says Philippians 2:2. It says, "Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love." All right, being of one accord, of one mind. Then it says, "Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves." Okay, so that's the theme. So if the other brothers and the other camps and congregations, the elders and leaders, if you're in that like-minded mind, then we expect you to be at this conference and this summit, and we're going to come together. And the house of David, all right, will fellowship with all the brothers and camps and congregations. We're going to go to wherever your camp congregation is at. We'll go and fellowship. We've been to Ohio. We're going to Detroit, California, Texas, Florida, all right, Oklahoma, Memphis, Jamaica. We've been to Jamaica. We're going to Boston. So all the other camps, the House of David will set the precedents, but we're going to fellowship with all your brothers. And that's what we're going to do in the coming few months. All right. The location of the conference is in Washington, D.C. All right. It's 2600 Good Hope Road in Washington, D.C. at the Marbury Plaza in Washington, D.C. Okay. We're just asking for the leaders and the elders of the congregation. We're not asking for everybody. All right. And also, you must have a congregation or a camp you're associated with. We're not asking for brothers, a whole bunch of brothers who are coming, stragglers that are not associated. We know you're Israelites, but the place is limited as far as capacity. So that's what we're asking for. And this is the Most High Yahweh Shai. He's asking us to do this. He said, gather yourselves together before the decree bring forth. He said, assemble yourselves, okay, before the destruction. It's high time that we do that, okay, in Yahweh Shai. Anything else, Ben?
I'd like to say shalom.
Okay.
And I hope all the brothers come up. And I say peace and love. And the Most High grant us our request.
Okay. And
I want to read what you've been quoting, Zephaniah 2:1.
Yeah, read it.
It said, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. And the third verse. Seek ye Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be you shall be hid in the day of the Most High's anger.
That's right.
See? And that's as a nation.
Right, you know. Right. Okay, so with that, I'd like to say Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Brother Thumb. All right, from the house of David, Shalom.
Shalom. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our power, Yahweh